They finna smell us on this one right here. Think on ya. Ascots and mascots and dreadlocks. Elevated frequency, showtime. The journey is about to begin. This one is for the house. Yes, we taking over. Let them run their mouths. When we're done, the show is over. Let's go. Focus to the utmost. Competition coming in cutthroat. Give us a stage, now watch us make our move. We on a rampage, doing that move. High definition, satisfaction, freedom, stars, main attraction. We all about our biz, this is what it is. Passionate ability, come and take a peek. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do, this is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper. When you come into our show, just know this is what we do. This is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper. So amazing, never going testing strange. For a piece of change, we owning it. Big picture on to this. Fierce, snap, penetrating. Persistence, persistence, relentless, resistance. We hit hard like concrete, spotlight shining, blinding in with that flame. We been in clip, Kodak moment, magic, you own it. Celebrity skin, we stay rockin'. Got them on the edge of their seats, rockin'. Panoramic view, we coming into view. Focus flash, now we zoom. We bossed up, so tossed up, take a cost up, no cap. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what that do. This is what we are. This is how we get down for real. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper. Won't stop until we get enough. Runway ready, kicking up dust, staying lit. A moment of clarity, getting it all in. Conversation beat, no avatars, no camouflage, no industry standards. We standing up taller prize, no record label, no contract, no signing dotted line. Free agent, that's where it's at. Showstoppers, rockers, we do what we want, we unstoppable. Can't tame us, can't detain us. The industry is not the reason that we famous. Can't blame us, independent model boy. We stank on this, we can trail the flames, trailblazing, stacking up bag after bag, outrageous. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do, this is who we are, this is how we get down for real. Showstopper. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do, this is who we are, this is how we get down for real. Showstopper.
It's gonna be a tight video. It's gonna be tight. Your volume up on the phone too?
Should be.
Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Freedom Stars After Dark. It did it again. I'm sorry, y'all. I hit. Okay, there we go. That'll always happen. I guess that's a part of our thing. It's November 2nd, Sunday, 2025. Mm-hmm. Our topic today is nutrition.
Steve Osborne, Kevin Upson.
Yep. Our topic today is nutrition. We talking about various things when it comes to dietary issues, situations, conditions, lifestyles,
and you
etc.
definitely gotta take dietary serious in your 40s and up.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true. So as a lot of people know, we vegetarians / vegans. The vegan part is getting better because, you know, vegan means no animal products whatsoever. So you could be a vegetarian. Some vegetarians that we know of, they eat like eggs and stuff, like they still have some type of animal product in their diet. And I'm egg free now, so I'm getting closer to being, you know, vegan. Every now and then you be having like some cookies or something.
Yeah,
with some eggs
I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's a process, but we're vegetarian, so we don't eat meat.
Yeah,
so yeah, that's the main thing.
We're vegetarians.
Yeah. Being a vegan, I think is a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Cause it goes past dietary, like vegans.
No leather.
Yeah, you gotta watch what you wear as vegans. You can't have no leather outfits. You can't have like no hair brushes made from boar bristle, nothing animal. Your car seats can't be anything animal can't exist in your lifestyle. So that's like a 100% vegan. And but getting on the dietary part, we don't eat meat, so vegetarian is that's good enough.
And vegetarian means vegetation, vegetables, fruit, nuts, berries,
grains, yeah. So in some of our table talk videos, y'all will see where we talk about different things when it comes to being a vegetarian, how we will say, some people we know they say it's hard to be a vegetarian because it's more expensive, and
they can't keep up their protein levels.
Or they can't keep up their protein levels. But as far as the expenses, I don't think that being a vegetarian is more expensive than being a meat eater, because with the meat eater's meal, when they go grocery shopping, adding meat to your meal, that makes the bill go up. So if you add some beef, some steak, some chicken, some shrimp, some crab legs, that's more money added. So I don't.
Although they're getting ridiculous with the prices of apples and.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous how the prices are going. That's why it's really good to focus on trying to grow stuff yourself. Because the more stuff you grow in your own yard, you won't have to get from the store.
Yeah.
Or the farmer's market.
Yeah. And then it could be a situation where, say for instance, like, wherever you live at, whatever you're allowed to grow. So say for instance, somebody lived, because there was this one apartment we had, this was a while ago. The apartments had a front yard in front of the apartments with your patio, and the front yard it had enough space to grow things, and it was an apartment. So say for instance, if you got people living in an apartment with a situation where they have growing space, say if they grow 5 things, maybe they can grow bell peppers, squash,
tomatoes,
tomatoes,
onions
and cilantro. So say you growing those 5 things, and then say you got a neighbor or a friend that lives in that neighborhood and they growing 5 things. So once you grow your things and they harvest, you can share some of your stuff with them, and then they can share some of their stuff with you. And and if you got more than one neighbor or friend doing that, everybody can share, interchangeably, and that's another, way to do it. So
and that's the thing, you're saying share is different when somebody steals from your garden.
Yeah.
Because we had a situation where an older gentleman was just helping himself to the basil.
And peppermint. We had this one neighbor, he just started coming to our area and just stealing.
I caught him twice.
That was crazy. And he was on the ring, the cameras and everything. So yeah, it's just crazy. But it's sharing, or selling or whatever the case may be. Because those apartments where we lived at, it used to be ladies would pass by and compliment, the things that was growing. And it was like, when such and such thing grows, let them know.
Growing, my goodness.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They were just like giants.
Yeah.
That whole wall, that whole side was just giant elephant ears.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the ladies was saying, when such and such grow, let them know, because instead of them going to the grocery store, they'll come and buy it from us. So it's all kind of different, different things. And some of the landscapers, the Mexican people used to come by and, how much would you sell me 10 tomatoes for? And So yeah, it's all kind of different things.
You were nice enough to just give plants away.
Yeah.
Then we turned around and gave over 100 plants away to my job.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing about it, that you get it all back. It all comes back to you. Then it comes back more abundantly.
Yeah, but that's definitely true. All of this stuff growing in here.
Yeah. These are citronella. This smells so good in here, y'all. This smells so good.
You got how many of these plants from one?
We got a lot. I don't know. No, it's from 3 plants. There's about probably 30. Because I clone plants, You can buy them from like, these, they have a seed for these. Can they see them?
Mm-hmm,
this is the one right here. Yeah, they're called snake plants. The scientific name is Sansevieria. And the seeds germinate and they can take a while to grow. So, if you're a person that want them now, you can go to Home Depot and get them, or whatever your place is, Ace, Lowe's, what's the other place? Pikes.
Pikes.
Yeah, wherever they sell plants at. And when you get them, you know, whatever container they come in, you can take them out the container and take the soil off and see what you got going on underneath the soil. Because in a lot of cases, you can break them up into being separate plants. It can be one parent plant that you can break up into, you know, becoming like 3 or 4 or 5 plants, depending on what's being produced under the soil. But getting back on the because we got off of
Well, that was just that's part of
yeah.
I mean, you can't eat it, but
Actually,
it's helpful. It's helpful in the house.
I was learning that it's got medicinal qualities to it. So yeah, just have to find out. There's a lot of research too, y'all, because I just found out the other day that this is it's a medicine for humans.
Wow.
And yeah, the majority of the things that we grow, they have some type of medicinal benefit. Even you can eat rose petals, you know. It's just so many plants out there, pansies and things that people look at as decorative and ornamental. Marigolds, yeah. They not just pretty, they can also be eaten, you know. And yeah, it's wild. It's wild. But vegetarian wise, we making our table talk, and we gotta get some more of our cooking videos so y'all can see how we do what we do. But Kev be throwing down in the kitchen. Kev, I think Kev cooks more than me, I believe. What you think?
Well, I started off. I cooked for the first 10 years before we moved to the West Coast. Yeah. Then you surprised me with the
vegan fritters, yeah. Yeah,
which was delicious.
The vegan fritters.
We ate them all the way from Atlanta to
Seattle,
Washington.
Yeah, when we got ready to head to the West Coast, Kev had been cooking for years and years, so I don't know, something hit my spirit different.
On top of that, this woman started bringing us those health books with the dinners in them, and you started finding all these recipes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The first time I made the falafel.
The falafels.
Falafel. Yeah. What's it called? Falafel. What was it?
What? Falafel.
Falafels, and there was something else. But then
another meal, you said?
There was so many. That was called falafel something meal that I made. But then there was that the stuffed stuffed squash,
acorn squash. That was different. Yeah.
I even brought that to work. We had so many of them.
That was different. Yeah, stuffed acorn squash. Yeah.
I came from a large family, and then it was one Thanksgiving. There was something going on in my family where my mom's had to go to my aunt's house, and all the food was just shared. I was about to start cooking. Something came up in the family. She had to go over to my aunt's house, and when they started getting kind of late, and I was like, all this food just sitting out. I might as well go ahead and cook it since I'm home. So I started just remembering everything I seen to do, and that was my first time actually cooking. We do stuff, cook for ourselves, but I never made a big dinner for the whole family like that, like a turkey and stuffing and collard greens and everything that was for Thanksgiving dinner I cooked. The pies, that's when my family was eating meat, and the pies, the cakes, everything. I cooked everything, and when I finished, I was like looked at everything. I was like, wow. I sat down and just like was taking it all in. I was like, they're gonna be surprised when they get home. And that was the first thing that happened. Then my dad walked in the door, my mom's walked in the door, and they was like, you can just see their face, the look on their face. You cooked dinner? I said, yeah, everything's cooked.
So you was left home by yourself?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I came in from when I come from during that time when I came from school, I went to work, and I was a teacher's aide. And it was a daycare center.
I was gonna say that's like an episode of Home Alone, but the Afro-American version. And his name was Kevin. Yeah. But you cooked, and he had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, they came in and they seen everything. I mean everything. And then everybody was just like, you're gonna start doing this more. And then like, I don't know when I started. So then that was like one day out of the tonight I would cook dinner for everybody.
That's tight. Yeah. But yeah, being a vegetarian is the worst, or I'm gonna say the hardest part of it is the beginning. That's like the worst feelings you're gonna feel once you transitioning from eating meat to not eating meat, because you go through this. Your body goes through a whole
like a withdrawal.
Yeah, it's almost like you're getting off of a drug. But once you get on that other side of it, you feel better. Like your body feels lighter.
Also, eating can be an addiction.
Yeah, food is an addiction. Yeah, this is true. Meat is an addiction.
Because your body can survive without meat.
Yeah.
Your body can survive without any meats in it.
And you know what's crazy?
It actually works better.
When you think about going to Genesis in the Bible with Cain and Abel, right? Because it was Cain that killed Abel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so remember when they were giving their presentations to God, Cain had a bunch of meat, slaughtered animals, and then Abel had the vegetation, the vegetables and the fruit and everything. And God, from that Bible, favored Abel's offering more than he favored
all
Cain.
That bloody meat.
Yeah, so that had me thinking about something. I'm like, I wonder, what that's some kind of message.
Whatever scriptures they got that from, if it was Egyptian or Buddhist, I don't know, because the Bible is a mixture of different
things. Yeah.
So that actually shows
that's what a lot of people don't know.
Yeah,
either.
that actually shows you that the human body, that was pretty much it. If God, the Creator, chose the fruit and vegetables over slaughtered animals, meaning that you can get this from trees and plants without killing an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So of course he's going to take that over the bloody mess that you presenting to him.
And when you said bloody mess, that meat be nasty. Cause we was in a grocery store one day and this lady was in the meat department. We was passing through. And she picked her, she had some chicken and she was holding it she was holding it like this while she was putting it in her burger. So her mind telling her that this is nasty. But I'm like, if she holding it like this, pretty soon that's gonna be in your body, even though it's gonna be cooked.
Yeah, you got holding it like that. You still gotta prepare it.
So she must be home with gloves on.
So when you get home, you gotta prepare.
If you don't want to touch it with your fingers, it's gonna go in your mouth. Like even though it's gonna be cooked, like I said, but it's still the same thing. So I think, to me, subconsciously, her mind was telling her that it was nasty. You know what I'm saying? And that meat, it's nasty to me.
Now don't get me wrong. When I was eating meat, I enjoyed a good, well-cooked meal of the animals. But then, me being a vegetarian in the beginning, and kind of was forced into eating meat, I kind of felt like once I decided to do it myself, it felt excellent. I didn't lose no muscle mass. I didn't lose any strength. I just gained more energy, felt much better. Like when I eat my breakfast or I eat my dinner, it's just the same much. When you you get the itis, you still get the itis because you're finishing up eating. But once it's starting.
But I think it digests better when if you're not eating meat, your body digests the food
then
easier.
You get up and move around much better. It's not heavy. You don't feel heavy like how you feel heavy when you're eating a steak dinner.
Steak and that's why a lot of different things come from for high cholesterol. A lot of that is affiliated with eating meat. A lot of it is there's a lot of illnesses people get that's affiliated with eating meat, because eating meat is eating meat, but there's more to it than just eating meat. Because you got to think about
that animal.
The animal. You got to think about the animal's condition, the life that the animal lived. You got to think about how the animal was killed before it. Hold on. I'm going to say it. You got to think about how the animal was killed before it wound up on your plate. I didn't want to say that because that sound real gross.
But that's the truth.
Yeah, but you got to think about how the animal got killed before it got on your dinner table. And if you had an animal that was living a depressed life, because animals get depressed, animals get sad, animals have illnesses.
And fear, especially when they know they're about to get killed.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I have learned too. They say if animal has fear in it, fear injects a bad chemical into the meat. So it's a lot of things that take place with eating meat. It's not just I got this steak or I got this chicken. You got to think about what that animal was going through before it got killed. And
I think a lot of people, if they seen the way they slaughtered these animals,
they won't eat it.
Yeah,
they won't eat it.
Especially like that, because it was back in the days how they was talking about how they used to slaughter the cows, how they would hit them in the pigs, how they would hit them in the head with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, we done seen so many documentaries and so many movies and videos about how these animals are treated before. We seen these years ago. We don't even really look at them anymore these days because it's sad and it's depressing to know that this is what animals go through in order to wind up on people's plates. Like,
especially when if you love animals.
Yeah, if you're an animal lover and you see that, it's gonna definitely make people become vegetarian.
You sit there and you watch this baby sheep grow up, and then all of a sudden you go out there in the yard and it's not there, and your parents eating lamb. Yeah. You don't. And then for milk, raise this little cow. Yeah. This little calf, and it grows into a cow.
So what do they call baby back ribs? Those are the baby cows?
For the baby cows.
Yeah, so when y'all hear that baby back ribs, them are baby cows. So it's like, or baby pigs, I don't know.
Cow, both of them are baby.
Might be baby pigs and baby cows, but if it's baby back.
They call the piglets.
Wow.
The little small pigs.
And what I was saying about milk, so the milk that people drink from cows, so I'm kind of puzzled about that. Like, I don't know who came up with the idea that humans need to drink cow milk. Like
500-pound animal.
Because if you look at every animal in the animal kingdom, including humans, every female of that species produces milk for the kids. So I don't know who came up with the idea that humans need to drink cow milk, and in order for a cow to produce milk, they have to be pregnant. So a lot of these cows that people drinking milk from, these cows are pregnant their entire lives.
They force them to stay in that state.
Yeah, and I don't want to gross people out, but we've seen documentaries and movies and videos where they have these big metal rods inserted up in the cows, and it's a lot of craziness. Like, and to each its own. We talking about what we talking about, One of the things that led us to become a vegetarian, not the only thing, but one of the things. It was just so many things.
And go to a dairy farm and look at where that milk comes from.
Yeah.
Go to these farms and look at them and see where the meat comes from.
But cow milk is for cow babies. And then they had us thinking in school that milk make your bones strong. Mm-hmm. And what I learned later in life was that when you drink milk and it goes into your body goes into defense mode because that's a foreign that's a foreign
animal
thing.
You're drinking an animal's milk. You're not drinking a person's milk.
What I learned,
now, I can see now this would be the worst thing if somebody just sitting there like this woman is obviously she have a baby and she got all that milk for her baby, and they just drain the lady from her milk and they drinking their milk with their cereal and that's
you saying humans? Yeah. But that's what I think really like
if you're gonna drink milk, that's where it should be coming from.
Yeah. That was like what was that something we seen about somebody said get them some Cambodian milk or something?
That was Dave Chappelle.
That was funny.
Playing what was the name of the band?
Yeah.
How Diddy had wanted to make the boys go to Brooklyn
funny.
for
the cheesecake, and Cambodian milk or something like that.
But I don't know if he did the Cambodian milk. I think Dave Chappelle did that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he didn't do it.
Tell me that's real Cambodian milk. He had the milk the milk mustache.
Yeah. But to each its own. So y'all know when y'all watch our podcast, we speaking from our experiences and our point of views. Everybody's welcome to put whatever they want to put in the comments if you disagree with it.
And these are our opinions.
These are our opinions. So we respect everybody else's opinions, and this is what we do. So it's like if we say something that don't settle well with somebody, I mean,
everybody has a right to their opinion.
We all of us are people, And whoever agree with it or they might have experiences similar to ours, then, it is what it is. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah, this is what I want people to think about, too. So imagine if you go to your favorite hot wing spot and you get a 30-piece of hot wings. Imagine them 30-piece of hot wings came from 15 chicks. So you got 15 little baby chicks that they didn't cut their wings off, and then or regular wings as well. You got 15 chicks and baby chicks that it took to make your 30-piece order of hot wings. That was 15 chicks or 15 chickens that it took to make your 30-piece of hot wings, your buffalo wings and all of that. It's a lot I think people don't think about. Yeah, I got my.
If you have the visual, if you have the visual with every meal you eat with meat, it'll change the way you eat. It really would. And the very first, like I said, the very first time I saw a cow, I was terrified.
Cows look scary.
They are huge.
You know what they look like? What's that creature on Star Wars? Jabba the Hutt. They got a similarity with how, you know, because I've seen some scary looking cows.
Yes, I'm seeing, like I said, my first time seeing a cow, I was scared. Then the thing about it was I had to walk past this fence going to school, and then I don't know, this was like a lumber yard. They had this big ass cow out there in this field. I guess they just had them to eat the grass.
Oh yeah. Well, now that's something too, yeah.
This cow would haul ass to the gate, and I'm running. Yeah, I played with it from time to time when I would see it, when I saw it standing there, because I didn't know what the hell it was. It was the first time, you know, coming from New York, you're going to the South, and you start seeing things. Seeing it is different from seeing it on TV and seeing it in books and seeing it in front of you. So that took a lot of adjusting, because I did a lot of crazy wild. I was catching snakes and finding spiders and stuff, because we didn't have that in the city.
Yeah.
So when we moved down south, and I was like, you know, young, I was 11, 12 years old, and all this stuff was new. So walking to school, I was like the rider spiders, the big yellow and black spiders. They always, that's the seeing them standing in the middle of their web, and then I made a little design in the middle.
Yeah, they be looking scary.
But I get a big jar, a mason jar, and do that and close the top of it. Take it to school and make a report on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, those spiders look like they'll do some damage.
Yeah. That's what I was driving before 9/11. I had that little Escort. I was driving to the pool company I used to work at. And remember how we had that acre and a half next door to our house? I had the door open, because you remember I used to have a problem with starting it up in the morning. I go up under the hood and I mess with the cables and everything, run back in the car, start it up. And I had the door open, and the field where I just cut out all that grass next door. So gets back in the car, drive all the way to work. On my way coming back, you know how I had to come from 85 north. I'm driving down the street. I crack my window down because I didn't want to have the AC. I wanted fresh air. I rolled my window down, and then I looked back because I wanted to crack the window on the back. That big yellow and black spider web was right in the middle where the window was. He was sitting right in the middle. I had just did like that.
They be working on webs together fast too.
I pulled over real quick. I was like, I freaked myself out. And I snatched the door open. I found a branch on the side of the road, and I grabbed this web and threw it down.
And they be like that going into the garden too. Like they do their webs fast, because it could be an overnight thing where we go to sleep and then I can get up.
I'm thinking of, where was it during the time I was driving to work?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice size.
And then you never know, it could have been there the whole time and you didn't pay no attention to it.
No, I don't think I think he made the web while I was working, because you know that's 8 hours.
So that means
hours.
you still was riding with it. Well, I said probably been there and you didn't pay no attention. If they made it while you was at work, that means you drove back home from work with it there. And then overnight.
No. He drove. I think he got in the car that AM when I was getting ready, when I was trying to start the car up. And when I drove and parked the car at work, he was making his web and stuff in the car. And I'm saying, where was he during the time I was driving to work? Was he,
So you think it was making a web while you was at work?
Either that or he was just walking around in the car. That's what freaked me out.
Because what I'm saying,
it was a nice size spider.
If it was making a web while you was at work, then that means you rolled back home with the web there.
Yeah.
And then
on my way. No. Before I got home, I found it. So from that AM, I was riding with him to work. When I got off, he had already made his web on the window. And me about to reach my hand back there to roll the window down, I saw it and I pulled over. Got out, freaked myself out, snatched the door open, and got him out of the car. That was the whole thing I'm thinking about is, where was he during the time I was traveling to work? Was he just walking around in the car or what?
You think some people eat spiders?
Yeah, I think so. I think some coaches, yeah. Because some coaches eat monkey brain.
I seen the video on that, and I was like,
I worked
seen
with a
this
guy
other
here in
crazy
Atlanta
video.
that ate squirrel brain.
Wow. I seen a video where people ate squirrel. The body was out like this, and it was on a stick.
Yeah.
And what I was gonna say, it was this video we seen. It was Asians. They took a live fish and they put the fish in the middle of the table, and they had something to like hold it down, and they was cutting from the live fish while it was moving on the table. And they were saying to eat it fresher, you getting the essence of the animal. And I was like, ooh, to each his own,
but it's just like how they do the crabs, and the lobsters. They cook the lobsters alive.
And you know what? Coming up, if my mama didn't have live crabs, my mama didn't want them. So my mama would go to the meat market, seafood market, and come home with bags of live crabs. And yeah, they make a screeching yell when they boil it. And
that is so, yeah. Yeah.
That sound.
Yeah.
You talking about Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Crabs.
Because your dad, they're screaming that they're dying.
Yeah, my aunt was cooking some lobsters. They were alive, and then I heard the lobsters scream, and I was like,
yeah. And that lets you know that they're suffering.
It's something not right about that.
Even though that's a sea creature, that's still an animal.
It's something not right about that.
It's still an animal. Just like even even like the like I said, like how they do the pigs and the
loud pitch. Like they do what? I'm sorry.
How they do the pigs and the cows when
I
they
got
slaughter.
chills on my arms under there, y'all.
And then even like the worst thing I've seen was when my grandfather killed the Thanksgiving turkey. And I really, after that.
You seen it?
Yeah. He kind of like hung the thing and then cut his neck off, cut his head off. And the thing body was still flapping, and I was running because I thought it was coming at me because it looked like he was looking at me. But yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then I was playing.
And they say some people wring chickens' necks to kill, man.
My grandfather used to catch rabbits.
To each his own, but yeah.
Yeah, he used to catch rabbits and make rabbits. They used to roast rabbits and rabbit stews, and I'm thinking that he catching rabbits for me to play with, and I wanted to go out and play with it, and
he said, this going in the pot.
Yeah, he was a trapper.
Wow.
He made all kind. He had caught so many rabbits and stuff. He was selling them.
Wow.
And that's where I told you I stepped into his cricket thing, and those things freaked me the hell out.
But that's how he caught the rabbits?
No, this was things they fish with. Those crickets that have those real long, real
like aliens.
Oh, that's what they look like. And then you had a book when we stayed over in what's the name of those apartments?
You ain't gotta say them, but
in Atlanta, where honestly I think we're in the West Coast. You had this book, there's a prehistory book, and it showed how those crickets up there, how they think those crickets used to look in a prehistoric time.
Uh-huh.
They were huge with teeth.
Wow.
Those same crickets with the long legs. They were huge with
probably
teeth.
Everything downsized with time.
Yeah.
Right?
But what they said, like giraffes.
The mammoths and all that, I think everything.
The giraffes used to have short necks.
A smaller, this is on a smaller scale since we're not in the Jurassic era.
And they had saber-toothed tigers where whatever the saber-tooth was for was kind of like crazy to have two big front teeth. Yeah. And it's kind of like, how did they chew? With these massive two front teeth, they can't even close their mouth. Yeah, I don't even know if that was real.
We don't know.
I know God made a lot of freakish looking, like, because you see the big freakish
when
fish
you think about
with those big ass teeth and that little glowing thing on the top of their head.
Yeah, like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you think about that, because we had an episode on religion on Freedom Stars podcast, and we was talking about animals and different things. And if you think about that, like what made God create the dinosaurs? Was that like the beginning of the blueprint, or like, he gonna get better with time, or like?
Well, it's supposed to be that the animals that he made then evolved into the animals that's now. So that's kind of like shout out the Adam naming all the animals that was like already like lions and and he's
Yeah,
naming
it's
all
so-
the platypus.
yeah.
No, well, that doesn't make sense because
Oh, and there's something else I thought about.
because the dinosaurs was before those animals, because those animals supposed to have been like after the prehistoric animals, because that's where like the tiger became a tiger from being a saber-toothed tiger.
Mm-hmm. I don't know
Where
how
the
that
T-Rex come from, and what it evolved into, because it couldn't be the dragon.
I know. I seen somewhere where they say that those dinosaurs evolved from like birds and chickens.
End up turning into birds, and yeah.
So yeah, and then if you
The
think about
pterodactyl,
it,
what did that go to?
if you take all of the feathers off of a bird, I think a bird might look like a dinosaur. If you take all the feathers off, they might. What you were saying though?
I was like, where did the pterodactyl come from? Did it evolve into the ostrich?
You know,
Cause that's the biggest bird. That's the only biggest bird. Oh no, there's another big bird. They be showing it's a bird that's like.
I know the ostrich got a cousin called the emu. 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 So I don't know if that's the one.
No, that's another
bird.
bird.
There's a flightless bird.
No, this bird flies and it's huge.
Oh.
I cannot think the name of it, but they showed it. It's on. I got to look it up now because
It's in the It's a buzzard kind of bird.
No, I don't think it is a buzzard in the buzzard family, or the condor family. It's another bird.
That's the other bird I was thinking about, was the condor. Yeah, but then when.
But also, on some show they had this. They were showing that they still had the picture. Somebody recorded this thing that looked like a pterodactyl flying in the air, and there's like
today's world.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they just couldn't figure out what it was, and it's can't be any type of hoax because you can't make anything look like that and fly.
And I guess if you look at things from a non-religious standpoint, it all can be just evolution, where this earth came about, and everything that this earth can create has been created and will be created. Like once mankind travel its course, we don't know what's coming after us. It might be how they got AI and then RoboCop and androids. It might be humans like us, but might be robotic humans. Like I think evolution is gonna continue to happen, and then for those computers to be getting created, the androids.
That would be the splicing or mixing of an animal and a computer.
For androids.
For androids.
Yeah, and then guess who's doing that?
Human.
Yeah,
because
so
they still experiment. There was a creature that washed up on the shore that had a beak. It looked like something from one of the space movies, like Thunder on the Barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
It had a beak, and it looked like it could have been mixed with what else it had? It had like. It had wings, but the face, it looked almost like it was mixed with, like, I don't know if a monkey or something like it. It didn't look like it was a bird, just a bird. It looked like it was something else. It's like mixed, and then it just disappeared.
Cause think about it. So if humans, if mankind is creating androids, right? What if a lot of the creatures, cause they still discovering new creatures to this day. What if people are splicing, like you just said? What if people are splicing creatures and creating new species? And
that's what they was doing. There was some island they was talking about.
Because I think the Galapagos, I don't know.
Some island they were talking about.
A real colorful island, pretty. Because I seen something about the Galapagos. I don't know if that's the island you're talking about. But if you got mankind doing that, then really that, maybe, I don't know. But I was gonna say, if mankind is doing that, then really, that's like almost like man, that like they're the God. Like if you look at it that way.
But there said some scientists out there doing stuff now. They're mixing all kind of stuff because just like I was 14 when we used to have these weekly readers in school, and I told you they came up with a thing saying that they was gonna clone Lucy, this sheep. Same picture. When over 20 years ago when they start making the cloning the chicken and the meats. Same picture than when they said.
And that's something too, y'all. What he just said. So a lot of the chicken meat that people eat, that meat is not from chickens, because they making meat now. Like they're
cloning animals.
They cloning meat, yeah. And we seen a video on that where they were doing it in the lab. So it's like some of the chicken people eating, people don't even know that's not real from the real animal.
That same picture, that same Lucy picture they showed when I was 14 was the same picture that when they actually came out and said that they were cloning meat. That was the same picture. I was like, wait a minute, I remember seeing that when I was in junior high school. Yeah. So that means that to me that means they did it then. So how we know? All we know that people been eating cloned chicken from.
Yeah, none of us don't know. Like when we were children eating at the cafeteria in school.
Because I know a lot of time. I remember when they came out with the soy burgers in school.
When we was eating that, people used to look down on that. But I don't think it was a bad thing.
Our school already was doing it. And I was, like I said, I was 14 in junior high school, and they had already introduced soy burgers, and you couldn't tell that there wasn't hamburgers, but there were soy burgers.
So people liked it.
Yeah, the whole school, I think every school in the country was
yeah, because people used to look down on it. To me, I think that's the thing to look up to. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they took it out. I think after I got out of high school, I think when y'all came into high school, y'all was eating soy burgers, didn't know it. Because when it was burger day, because I know they switched it up with pizza days and all that.
Pizza days was on Thursdays. People used to be happy.
Mm-hmm. But I guarantee you, y'all had soy burgers, and they probably still got soy burgers today. All called Boca burgers now. Excuse me.
But yeah.
But
we eat Boca burgers, y'all. Boca burgers is the bomb. Morningstar is the bomb. And I was talking to somebody about the plant-based stuff, and they're like, those things have too much sodium. They got too much this, too much that. But I mean, for them to look at plant-based food critical, and then they eating everything else.
They eat steaks with all these
and they eat McDonald's and all these restaurants. Why would you just isolate plant-based and say a bunch of bad things about that? But you go into these fast food restaurants, eating greasy food, and that food got chemicals in it, and
Not to mention still the chickens and steaks that they eating got all these hormones and different pills, all these different these chemicals in them.
Yeah. So what I do now, I try to have minimal conversation.
Grass-fed.
When they say it's grass-fed and free range, does that make it better? Like, your chickens were happy. Like, I don't know. But what I do now, I try to minimize my conversation. If it's somebody that eats meat and we don't see, because we don't have to see eye to eye on things. I just try not to talk about it as much with certain people. If I find out we ride on the same page with dietary discussions, we can talk until the sun go and the moon come. But yeah, because what happens with me, if I find myself talking to a meat eater about, being a vegetarian, they come like, real rough. But being a vegetarian, we don't really get in nobody's business if it's a meat eater.
I've never just bring up, you're eating this and you're eating this.
Yeah,
and blah, blah,
we
blah.
don't criticize meat eaters.
I never do that. But people at my job, they're, what you eating today? And blah, and then I'm eating this and blah, 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 blah.
I never understood what that was, because you get vegetarian.
I try to heat when I have that food that I have to eat up, I try to heat up my food and get on out. If not, I sit there and try to be on my phone until my food heat up so I can go.
Yeah, because most vegetarians that I know, every vegetarian is living their own lane. Mm-hmm. It'd be meat eaters that be crossing through to come mess with vegetarians. Yeah. You're not getting your protein. Like this one Thanksgiving, y'all, that we was having with some folks. It's a long story, but to make the story short, we had I'm trying to see how I want to say this. So we had a situation where it was a female, a motherly figure that hadn't cooked a big Thanksgiving meal in years. So, me and Kev used to be there playing spades with them.
Okay.
The husband and wife couple. Mm-hmm. So, she was like, Thanksgiving was coming up. So she was like, it's been so long since, I cooked for a lot of people, blah, 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 blah. We were like, we ain't doing nothing. So she wrote her menu out in her book, and, we picked her up that Saturday to go get the food that she was going to cook. So it's like we eat past stuff that we used to eat. There's a lot of old stuff growing up that you eat because that's how your parents shop or that's how they cook or whatever. So her list had us go to like 3 different grocery stores. When we went to the farmer's market, it was just a lot of craziness. We went to the farmer's market, we went to Walmart, and we went to Publix. And the stuff that she was getting, I was like, I don't know, Kev. I think we're going to have to bring our own food with us too, because we're going to wind up being sick. Cause she was getting the old stuff like the lard and the margarine. Then for her sweet potato pie, she got
Canned
sweet potatoes that were floating in high fructose corn syrup. And I'm like, it don't take no time to boil these things or
bake them
and then mash them up. She had heard that they were canned, and that was my first time ever seeing them things canned. I didn't know they come canned, soaking in high fructose corn syrup. But everything that she got, it was in disagreement with how we grocery shop, and then we were paying for the bill. We paid for all of the food, and it's like she'll read her list, and she like, okay, well, we need some butter. So Kev leave, he came back with plant-based butter. She looking at us like, We like, what? She said, go get the real kind of butter. And we looking at each other like, and she gave us this look like,
yeah.
She looked like this, y'all like.
And?
But yeah, everything that she wanted, yeah, and then.
And then the thing about it, she was very educated.
Yeah, college educated woman with a degree, and so it ain't like, yeah, but we're gonna have our topic on that, college degrees, because we said had that one in the pilot podcast. But yeah, so she was highly educated, so it's like before we went on this grocery shop with her, we was on the phone with her for like 3 hours. She at home, we at home, and we was talking about all the different things that we eat and what we don't eat. So we had a clear understanding that when she make her dressing, she said she usually put little pieces of chicken in it. We like, no chicken.
Or the broth.
Yeah, then she said the broth, we like, no broth. And she said, what about the drippings? Like, whatever, if the drippings is animal drippings, we don't want it. Then she told us that she'll get her pan oiled up with like bacon oil and take the bacon. Like, it was just a lot of the different things she did. And mind you, she was not in the best of health. So we were trying to educate her to let her see that, hey, you're never too old to change your diet. But she was so stuck in her ways. And, remember she telling us her age. She like, I'm such and such years old. Like, what can y'all tell me? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we was on the phone with her for about 3 hours. And, she held her grounds. And she looked at us like we were the pitiful case. And she expressed how she was sad for us because we weren't getting our protein. And we like... What is protein? And when you ask people that, they get puzzled. So it's like, I had to break down to her that protein starts with plants. Because she has that mindset like a lot of other people. They think when you say protein, you're saying meat.
Chicken.
So people need to get on their phones and look up the word protein and find out exactly what protein is. Like my fingernail coming off right now, y'all. If I bite my fingernail and eat it and chew it, it's some protein in this fingernail that my body is going to digest and will benefit from. Protein is in everything. This plant y'all see right here, if I start chewing on the leaf right now, it's protein. What you're saying? Yeah, so we got past all of that, got the groceries, and then took her home. So, we came up with the time that all of us, because we had to pick some more people up to come to her house and have Thanksgiving dinner. And we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. We was getting together with, people that, that was in our circle. And we got there to her house, and she had the whole spread laid out. So she like, oh, look at this, look at that. So for the dressing, she was like, oh, I made y'all dressing. I know no chicken broth, no this, no that. What got me, she got this
aluminum foil.
There's aluminum foil type of pan, those that you can bend. So it's an aluminum pan, 2 of them side by side with the dressing in it. What got me, she had one big old sheet of aluminum foil covering them both. When we uncovered it. When we uncovered it, it was this big fat ass pink chicken just like laid there like this, just there. And then the smoke that came up. So I want y'all to understand how scientific this thing gets. When she put both of those what do you call those? Aluminum, I almost said casseroles. They're not casseroles. Aluminum foil pans.
Casserole pans.
Yeah, we're going to call them casserole pans. When she put both of them pans on her table, and she got this big sheet of aluminum foil and covered them both, if you can imagine the steam, the condensation rising up off the chicken, and then it's going to hit the top of the aluminum foil and it's going to spread. So that's what happened. When Kev pulled that up, like it was the little condensation dripping into ours as well. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want to eat this.
But trying to be nice.
And you know, yo, I was telling somebody else this about that, and they like, dog, y'all act like it was gonna kill you. It wasn't gonna kill you, and this and that.
Kill us, made us sick.
It's not the fact that it was gonna kill us or not. It's the fact that that's not how we eat, and we just like we respect everybody else's way of eating and way of being. Why can't that be? You know what I'm saying? Cole, why can't it be reciprocated? Yeah. So yeah, so that was one thing. Then she was cooking with a lot of heavy salt. It was just a lot going on. So we had brought food, and our food was off the chain. I got old pictures of the food, like it was. So we set our food up there. We took our aluminum foil, and everybody that was there, nobody ate our food.
Yeah, I'm glad you had more for us.
She said, "Oh, that's not real." Like we had like this vegetable rice with tofu. And the rice was just, it was off the chain. So, but we still ate some of her food. And when I tell y'all we wound up sick, I ain't gonna even tell y'all.
We hadn't eaten chicken or anything in years. And that dripping from that chicken got into that stuffing and it made us sick.
Yeah, and then
that was still the juice from that chicken.
Yeah, and then no telling what else cause she made some lima beans and
she probably had.
Yeah, I think she still did what she wanted to do. She had the meat in about how she seasoned her pan with the meat and then put the vegetables in it. Yeah, cause whatever the case is, when it comes to a situation like that, I never have like if I'm eating something from a meat eater, they never respect my wishes or how, they always, well, this is how I do it. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we had went to your sister's house one Thanksgiving, and she was cooking her food like that. This was when we came back from the West Coast, and your sister, your niece was like, oh, no, mama, such and such, such and such. And she didn't think deep enough. The niece was like, no, that's still meat. Like, if you put such and such oil or... Yeah, people don't think deep enough. And it's just all about, respecting the way people eat. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you go and eat with a vegetarian, I don't think most vegetarians gonna say, oh, don't bring that meat in here. I think they're gonna let you eat your food. They might not want you cooking it in their house or whatever, but yeah, it's all about respecting everybody's choices and opinions and, because it's a big world, filled with a lot of different people. But, yeah. So, yeah, that Thanksgiving was not one of the best Thanksgivings because we wound up with diarrhea and just the bubble gut. And it's just, yeah, we ate some stuff that we weren't supposed to eat. And, yeah, it was just crazy. And to me, that was like I said, if you got a drug addict that been clean for a while and then they do drugs again, I think they're going to go through a crazy situation. But yeah, but it's not, not eating meat is not for everybody. I think the way the world is, you got to have your omnivores in the middle, then you got to have your carnivores and your herbivores. Yeah. It's just a balance.
If you had eaten meat in a long time, it's the same way of introducing it to your body as you did when you left it. You would have to gradually eat. You have to eat a little. Excuse me. You have to eat a little bit at a time to see it, because for one. After not eating meat for so long, the enzyme that was in your stomach to break that down, you lost all of that. We lost all that for years. Now, right now, if we was to eat chicken and try to wait for it to digest, it would make us sick. Because the enzymes we have to build those enzymes back up in our bodies.
So that means the body working more to digest meat. That's too much work on the body.
It's not there no more. Because you had to eat. We've been eating vegetables and fruit and grains and everything else for the last for almost 20 years.
It's been a long time.
And then our stomach shrink.
Yeah.
Because your stomach grows to have to fill that to take all that stuff in. So we don't eat like that no more. Yeah. So like right now, how I used to put down 25 hot wings and 50 hot wings.
Down, so 50 hot wings, that's 25 chickens. Yeah, it's wild though. But to each its own, you know what I'm saying? This is one of our show topics, we just talking about how we eat. And in the table talk, we break down the price of things to let you see how inexpensive the meals are. Because it's not
and how many portions you can get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. But since we've been back in Atlanta, in Georgia, I feel like we got bigger than when we was on the West Coast. When we was in Cali, we were constantly moving. Mm-hmm.
In Washington, all the hills and the
we stayed
hills
more active.
We walked up mountains like 'Cause those are mountains, you know.
Yeah.
We walked a lot of mountains every day on a daily basis.
So yeah, I feel like I was in better physical. I was more physically fit on the West Coast than I am here.
And then was riding the bikes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did a lot more activities.
And a skating ring. You remember the skating ring? Even though you ain't really skate.
I skated once or twice.
But yeah, we were more.
I did more riding my bike and walking than anything else.
Yeah.
And in California, we did all the landscaping and then watering our own plants, like me passing out 5-gallon buckets of water.
That was something, yeah. When we
that was
in
a
Cali,
lot of work.
Yeah. And we came back and we didn't realize how small we was until we started seeing, you know, our old friends, you know, getting real acquainted with people.
How porky and plump my family was.
And I remember Winston, a good friend of ours, he was like, oh, he said, y'all got y'all California bodies. He was like, I'm jealous, bitch. He told me, look at me. Everybody had plumped up since we had left and came back. I was like, whoa.
Well, some people were jealous.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's something about Southern living. They say put more weight on a person. I don't know.
But I think for with us, we actually slowed down. Even though we do a lot, we still don't do as, I mean, we do a lot for the garden and the keeping up the yard and housekeeping. We do a lot here, but not as much as we did in California, plus the heat.
And we got more sleep there, because since we've been back on the East Coast.
Because it was so quiet.
I don't sleep as much here.
Yeah, that's because it was so quiet. At nighttime, nothing beat that. At nighttime in California,
when you sleep
it was so quiet.
Not like in the midst of mountains and just, man, it's the best
Pitch
feeling.
black.
Yeah, and the nighttime is really a nighttime. Yeah. It's really a nighttime. But yeah, since we got back here, I don't sleep as much.
And then when we was on the farm in Washington, we slept
that farm, yeah, just surrounded by all the animals, and yeah, it was a nice feeling. And we were busy, but it was a different kind of busy.
State park.
Oh yeah, when we had purchased the bus and we gutted the bus out, we took all of the seats out and we made a bathroom, kitchen. It was like an apartment. And we would go to state parks and just be like, and it was just, excuse me, it was the best feeling. And then, you know, dietary wise, it still wasn't expensive. You know, we still ate the same way, you know. We did
a lot more grilling.
Yeah, we was grilling Boca burgers and corn on the cob.
Yep.
Grilling tofu and
asparagus
and zucchini and squash. Yep. Yeah, we was Yeah. So the thing about being a vegetarian, you have to get creative with your meals and be more open-minded. That's the first and foremost thing I said is be open-minded. If it's something,
if you like barbecue stuff, grills, you can still grill and barbecue.
Yeah, you can still do everything the same, but just know, you know, that meat is not included. But you can do everything else the same, but it's just minus meat. And just, you know, be open-minded to try new things. And you'll be surprised, like, it's a lot of stuff that we eat now that I didn't eat growing up. And, you know, stuff that I didn't even learn about until I, you know, opened my mind. Like, growing up, like, mangosteen, I didn't know what that was. Quinoa, I didn't know what that was. Jackfruit. It's another one, too. Jackfruit. And I want to say the other one is called durian.
Durian, yeah.
Yeah.
And then also the Buddha claw.
Buddha claw, yeah. It's just so much. Like once we opened our mind, we was teaching each other and we was learning together at the same time.
And then we also learned a lot from the watchtowers.
Yep.
That's what we found out about books. That berries that
sea buckthorn.
Sea buckthorn.
Yeah, we learned about that in the watchtower from the Jehovah's Witness, and that's what I said in our that was Freedom Stars. Freedom Stars. This Freedom Stars After Dark, in case we didn't say that. But yeah, from Freedom Stars podcast, we had one on religion, and you know I was speaking about how educational the watchtowers and their weights are.
It really was, and
But yeah, it's just once I opened my mind. A lot of stuff out,
the medicinal purposes of sea buckthorn and how it grows, and where it grows, where it comes from. And the next thing you know, it was within Tuesday nights, which is a week, 2 weeks. We went into the Whole Foods and they had.
It was because if we didn't read about that, we probably wouldn't have got it.
Walk right past it.
Yeah, but what he's saying was we learned about sea buckthorn. We went to Whole Foods one day and they had these bottles with sea buckthorn. It was like the extract, like this big old bottle. And yeah, Seaborn, I'm talking about Seaborn. Sea buckthorn is the bomb, y'all. Is the bomb.
Got a lot of health benefits.
Yeah. And then that cocoa, which is chocolate, what I learned about that is eating it in its more raw form is more healthier than after it been turned into a candy bar. So, but the thing about its raw form is that it's really bitter. Yeah, the sugar and all that.
Our taste buds are supposed to take in a certain amount of bitterness. Which we done got being Americanized. We so used to all the sweets.
Sweet, and the sweet is probably what's getting a lot of people in trouble. Yeah. So we supposed to have a variation of sweet, bitter, salty, just all because our tongues got a bunch of different sensors and receptors on it, and those also contribute to our well-being. So we want to hit our tongue on all different angles, and not just want everything to be sweet. But that's how some people crave if it's sweet, or if they drinking it as long as it's sweet. But if it's something bitter or tart, salty.
Our juices, when we used to juice, those things were not sweet.
Oh yeah,
when we first was doing the onions and the garlic and those morning hits, and we had to force it down. And as soon as you get it down, you had to run to the bathroom.
Woo! That's when we first started juicing, man. We would have like our BS, we would have like probably 50 different things in our juice. And when you drink it, raw. Because that was the Jack LaLanne. Yeah, we had that Jack LaLanne juicer. And I'm talking we juicing everything like onions and cabbage and all kind of stuff.
Collard greens.
As soon as you drink that, you in the bathroom like really fast. Like it's going through your system and it's cleaning up so much.
It was like that... It was like that clip where Left Eye was telling that girl that when she went to Dr. Seavey.
Dr. Seavey, yeah.
And they had all that stuff, and she told her to go ahead and take it, drink it down, and it was real strong. And
we hadn't done that in a while, so we gotta do that again. Cause we actually we do stuff now in a blender when Kev make the smoothies, but we gotta get another juicer.
Jack LaLanne. It's gotta be Jack LaLanne too.
Yeah, that Jack LaLanne juicer was on, and it wasn't really expensive like that.
It was like $69.
Yeah. It wasn't, and I'm pretty sure they didn't
amped up
modified it. Yeah.
This guy at my job, he has a ninja bullet.
Okay.
And he does his smoothies like that.
Okay. Yeah. And then when you use the juicer, it usually extracts the physical part of it. And you can make that out of a meal. Like you can sprinkle it in your salad.
We even went as far as putting it in our bath water.
You can put it in your bath water, and you can take a bath and just put
we had the garlic and onions.
Yeah, and
you notice
works through your skin.
With the garlic and onions in the bath water, we didn't get bit by mosquitoes.
Yeah. So it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot that
A lot of people was like talking about how strong it smelled. You been eating a lot of garlic? I said, no. I said, actually, I bathed in it.
Yeah. It's crazy. But yeah, that's when you're working it through your skin.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that garlic and onions, I remember those
that was a strong smell. Because remember when we drank the juices?
Then our skin was glowing.
Yeah, it make your skin. There's a lot of stuff that we used to do that we haven't done in a while. So yeah, we got it. Yeah. So talking about this in this podcast is waking up a lot of thoughts and
a lot of people was like, "What are you doing to your skin?"
Yeah.
I was like, I juice and then the stuff like I was telling them, but they didn't do it. But that's what it was, juicing, and then all the extract was going right in the bath water.
And then what we did with some of the extract was shaped it into like a loaf, like how a meatloaf would be, and seasoned it and everything, and we baked it, because we be trying all kind of stuff. We baked it and we cut it like a meatloaf and put ketchup on it. So it's wild, but because once it comes out of that juicer, it's like
just take all the juice. Yeah, it takes all the juice out of it. Yeah, and it's all cut up and fine.
And then you got this mushy, like how when you make hamburger patties, how the meat is the same kind of mushiness, and you guys them could have been veggie burgers. Yeah, because I don't think we did that.
No.
They could have been mushed into little patties and made into burgers.
Added some black beans to it and made it into a burger.
But now we know how to make veggie burgers and all that now, but we never did it that way from the juicer. And then your pets, cause we started giving it to our pets. Your pets would like the I call them food scraps.
Mm-hmm.
The food scraps that come out the juicer, you can give them to your pets. They eat them just like they are.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. How long we been going? We ain't got to do it late. Yeah. We probably around an hour. Do a time.
I think it's over an hour.
Well,
we started. I was 8:30.
We started at 8:30?
About 8:30.
Okay, so we're a little over an hour.
Yeah.
So, all right, y'all, we're going to wrap this show up. We appreciate y'all.
Like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all.
Thanks for all the cash apps and the donations. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Please continue to help us build up our numbers. We're trying to get past 2,000 and our watch hours. Continue watching our videos.
And speaking of the cash app that Kel just spoke of, if y'all wanna cause we got it on our profile page, and then if you go into our post where you see pictures at, if you scroll, I'm gonna show y'all right now too. If you scroll, it says turn off, but it already went off on its own. If you scroll through our post, you'll see our I think it's called a QR code. I'm gonna show y'all right now. Hold on. But yeah, that's the way y'all can see our cash out for some people that haven't found it. Let me see. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna show you too, Kel, what I'm talking about. So they go on post. Okay, that gotta go. And then if they scroll, see, that's just so all they have to do, they can scan that with their phone, or they can do like a screenshot or whatever works for them. And that's so I'm gonna show y'all this now. But this is in our post. So this is Kel's cash app. And then if you keep scrolling, you'll see my cash app. So that's in our the part with our post, but the actual, tag name is on $Kev Upson, and mine is $Stevie Osborne. Excuse me. Okay, so now.
Thanks for all the support. Please continue to help build us up, build up our page. Continue to watch our videos, and thanks for everything.
Yeah,
thanks for watching.
Y'all. And stay tuned for our next episode of Freedom Stars.
And Steve is going to working on our next video, which is going to be
Showstopper. Yeah, the song that we played for the
intro.
For the intro, and what's gonna be the outro. That's gonna be the next video that we got coming out. I'm waiting on this commercial.
And like, share, subscribe, and comment.
Yes, indeed. What he said. Here it comes.
Showstopper.
Have a nice evening.
They finna smell us on this
Happy
one right
Sunday.
here. Take on ya. Ascots and mascots and dress ups. Elevated frequency. Showtime. The journey is about to begin. This one is for the house.
Critical battery, please charge.
I hope it lasts, y'all. The battery going dead.
The show is over. Let's go. Focus to the utmost. Competition, confident, cutthroat. Give us a stage, now watch us make our move. We on a rampage, doing the move. High definition, satisfaction, freedom, stars, and attraction. We all about our biz, this is what it is. Passionate ability, come and take a peek. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do, this is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper. When you come into our show, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper.
That was on Blue Jays.
Owning it, they catching on to this fierce snap. Persistence, persistence, relentless, resistance. We hit hard like concrete, spotlight shining, blinding you with that flame. Give it a clip, go that moment, magic, own it.
I think it was
Swing, they rockin', on the edge of their seat.
I think it was 20. Or 21 going into 2. But anything after that, no. I think it was. Dang. Yeah. So, I know. Feel like I feel like that was bigger than
no contract, no selling down the line. Agent, guess where it's at? Showstopper, what we want, we unstoppable. Ain't no famous, ain't no winner. Every shit not the reason that we need it. Ain't no famous, independent. Modern boy, single. You can tell the flame, trailblazing. Stacking up bag after bag, outrageous. When you come into our shows, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper. When you come into our shows, just know it's gonna be awesome. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is how we get down for real. Showstopper.
Crazy. Peace and love.
Ah! That's the next song, y'all. That always happen. I get so goofy, right? All right.